if somebody wants, let's do it. I tell them I will be ready soon. If White House, of course, I want to be in White House because it's the maybe one and only we will make the fighting in White House. I want to be in history. Now I'm already make good money, which one I enough for my family, you know. And now I have everything before. It's also not coming in my dream, you know. Now I just ready, you know. I training every day, still hungry, still fighting, still want to be champion.
For UFC, you have a timeline for when to go back? Where are you at?
Yeah, I've been negotiating with the UFC for the White House card. That's the one that I want. I told them like this is important to my legacy and important to my career. This would be the biggest fight I've ever had. Is to fight on the South Lawn in front of the president would be the greatest honor of my career. So we're in negotiations right now.
Bro, everybody you could want on this card is asking, let me get on it, let me get on it. Anybody you're thinking of?
Yeah, I mean, I really like the fight with Paddy Pimblett. He had shown interest that he might want to come up a weight class to welterweight. He's cutting a lot of weight to get to 155. The kid weighs like 200. He looks like shit.
Yeah.
Even the doctors told him, they're like, dude, your organs are going to fail if you keep cutting to lightweight. Yeah. Like, he's pretty much telling him, like, you need to go up a weight class. So I love that fight. Plus, it's a fight where it's an American versus, a British guy. Ooh, I don't want to fight an American guy on the American card of the 250th birthday of America.
Manel tweeted, "Fake news, I am not fighting my son Joshua Van. My team and I have been pushing for this fight since my last one." However, according to the UFC, they had already promised the title shot to Tatsuro Taira after he defeated Brandon Royval. Even knowing that, we kept pushing to make this fight happen on March 7th. UFC told us there was a strong possibility. I was already cutting weight. By Monday, I was down to 144 pounds. In the end, the UFC decided not to move forward with the fight because the short time. We keep moving forward. Patient as always. And believe me, patience is something I've mastered. Champion soon, inshallah. The UFC gave me the opportunity to sit out and wait for the title fight winner. And knowing they honor their promises, I could definitely wait. That's what most fighters would do. But I'm not most fighters. And I'm not a coward who sits on his ranking position. I want one more fight in May or June because that's going to be the biggest contract renewal in this division. You can call me the Floyd Mayweather of the flyweights.
Do you feel like you're coming to the end of your career, or you feel like you got years left? Like, where are you at on that?
I mean, Volk just won, what is Volk, 37, almost 38? Like, I mean, Volk, 38, dude. I love fighting, it's kind of hard that, like, what would I do? I'm 30, I'm turning 35, so, I mean, I have 3 years in me. I mean, that's a lot of fights. Mm-hmm. And then once let's just say, I could probably retire now if I wanted to, not smart with my finances. But, what do you do all day? Just wake up, find out what makes you happy?
Ali tweeted, "Just to be clear, Justin is fighting next for the undisputed lightweight title, and if Topuria doesn't want, then Justin will fight for the undisputed title against whoever is next. And if Islam wants to give Topuria this ass-whooping, then he will be the one who will choose where and when. But Islam's next fight will definitely be against a real welterweight."
Will you call for it? You go out there and get a knockout on Thursday. Will you call specifically for, like, hey, I'm ready to get me on there?
Yeah, most definitely I'll call for it. I'll call for it. I think it's rightfully so. Especially if it's a big knockout that happens next Thursday. It'd be my fourth one. My third in MMA, one in dirty boxing. So that's how it would be. But just like we talked about, if the cards fall that way, they fall that way. If they don't, they don't.
But I'm gonna do it again.
All right, you ready?
It hurt, but I'm gonna do it for camera. Y'all ready?
What do we got?
Oh! Oh!
Camp is going good. We feel good. We feel top shape. 4 weeks out, man. It's the hard week, so just pushing through. Attack. MMA practice, jiu-jitsu practice. This is the hardest week, you know.
It is 5-5.
I mean, it's just all about being smart, you know. I've been doing this since I was 16. I've been with the UFC for what, 14 years now. There's days where I know I'm being lazy, and then there's days where my body is telling me, you know, just take a chill pill, you know. The fight is so far out. Why am I going to do anything stupid? I'm going to push one day and then I'm going to end up missing 2 or 3 days if something stupid happens. It's all about risk and reward and just, you know, being honest with yourself. It's the only thing with being honest. Are you being lazy, or, you know, is your body really tired?
Even when you look at, like, I mean, I try not to be a hater and be a jealous person or whatever, but I'm like, yo, why are we not talking about me and Jan fighting again when me and Jan had a killer fight? It was a performance of the night. It was 5 rounds. Like, we had a killer fight. Sean got finished by Merab, and then after that, barely beat Song, and I finished Song. You know what I mean? Like, I broke his orbital and I cut his eye. I put Song in surgery the next time. You know what I mean? So it's like, give me a little bit of freaking credit.
Let's go.
God damn it.
You know?
But yeah, but I can't let that stuff enter into my head, or else I'll just be a jaded, jealous, like, mean person all the time. So, but yeah, that's the fight that there is to make.
If he was a little bit let down by the matchup. But again, I don't want to be Sean Shelby, because how hard would it be to match up a guy that seems to be so difficult to fight? So now we end up with him versus Sam Patterson. Sam Patterson wins this fight. It's great for him. MVP wins this fight. Then what is next? Because if you can't get a fight after beating Jared Cannonier, I don't know how much easier it's going to get people to say yes to a fight after you fight Sam Patterson. I think it puts a little pressure on him to go out there and do something spectacular. Like I said, maybe the fight isn't as high profile, but maybe it's an opportunity for him to do something spectacular. He hasn't had a finish since Bellator. But if he doesn't, then it just kind of follows the path of what his career's been. So I don't know, man. Puts a little pressure on MVP, but just looking at him, he looked a little disappointed that was the fight that he was getting.
You know, Bud talking crazy, acting like he gonna, you know, do something, you know, in the streets, man. He gonna keep a switch. He gonna need a switch if he playing with me. We ain't finna do this in the streets. That was some good, you know, deflection, you know. He didn't really wanna answer what I really asked him, and that's to get that work. We can keep it out of the streets, you know. We ain't gonna be playing like that. Don't nobody make it back home. Let's get in the ring. Let's spar. You already know you be out in Vegas a lot of times. You know, you spar up at the Apex, you work up at the Apex. I think it'd be fun. I think the whole world would love to watch. You know, we can go live, we can have some fun with it. I know you still train just for the lifestyle. I know you still spar, I know you still get that work in. I know you still train. You know, I see Shakur, he thinks something funny. But at the end of the day, right, let's find out. Because I'm dead serious about that. It's real cute that you talking about, you know what happened to tough guys on the street. But at the end of the day, man, we in the toughest sport in the world, right? And that's combat sports. So let's see who the best fighter. I ain't street certified. I'm telling y'all that right now, you know. And I heard Bud got popped one time, right? Somebody say you want payday. This ain't got nothing to do with payday. I'm willing to do this for free. Bar dummy. This is an open invitation to Bud Crawford. You know, let's do it at the Apex. You know, I'm gonna try to make my way down to Vegas March 7th. You know, let's do it then. But I know a lot of guys, when I get out there, it's gonna be all that talking. Oh man, you talking crazy. You said you gonna try to kill Shakur. Like, no, I just gave an example. If we was to fight in the streets and it's 101, exactly what would happen. I do see myself transitioning over to boxing. Said fight, then in MMA. Nah, they not gonna do it. Y'all know a lot of boxers will never do it. And it ain't because of the money. It'll be too big of a risk. Like I said, March 7th, I'll be out there at the Apex in Detroit. I'll be out there as well for Clarissa fight. February 22nd. So I'm gonna see y'all out there.
Former UFC heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez has been granted early parole and was released from prison on February 15, 2026, after serving most of a 5-year sentence tied to a February 2022 shooting case. He was incarcerated following a high-speed pursuit and gunfire at a vehicle carrying Harry Goulart Jr., whom Velasquez accused of molesting his son. Goulart was not injured in the incident, though another individual was wounded. Velasquez qualified for parole earlier than initially anticipated due to credit for time already served and participation in rehabilitation programs. While his prison term has ended, he will remain under supervised parole for several years. After his release, Velasquez shared on social media that he may host a holotropic breathing seminar, reflecting his growing focus on mental health and personal development.